Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of How to Minecraft. Once again, pre-update, still recording this while I'm ill, so my voice sounds a little bit shot. Hey, you're gonna have to deal with it. I greatly do apologize, regardless though. But anyways, the reason we are recording off the actual server for the intro is because I do believe we have been pranked. Now, I have not been told I've been pranked. However, I got a message from Robert a little earlier in the day, asking me, is your house that cool treehouse looking thingy, or is that Kenny? And he says he thinks he found my place. That was sent at around 2:23 p.m. And in the How to Minecraft chat, he throws out a message. Where was it? It was somewhere here. Saying, he said, pro tip, when you prank, leave a sign saying who did it. 30 minutes later. I assume I've been pranked. If not, just wanted to go ahead and be out of the server anyway, so let's go ahead and join in, expecting the worst, but hopefully something interesting. Let's see. Have we been pranked? I don't believe we have. Robert? Has there been a prank done to our area? I don't think there has been. Nope. Does not seem to be any pranks done to our area, unless it is a very subtle prank. To which I will have to assume is more than likely not the case. Nope. No pranks done to our area. Our house is not completely burned down, which is a start. But I guess Rob must have pranked someone else's area, or he might have gotten pranked himself. That's an ironclad zombie down there. I want to go kill him. He might have gotten pranked himself, which could have been a reason for the whole misendeavor and saying that, well, you gotta go ahead and gotta leave a sign saying if you've been pranked, which actually makes a lot more sense than I'm thinking about. I think we still have our home. Yeah, we still have our home set all the way on top of here. Jesus. This area is looking very good, by the way. I think I want to finish this place up. That, however, is not looking very pretty at all. We want to remove this pretty much ASAP. We'll do that right now. Of course, we get our standard achievement of taking inventory, because it's the first time we joined the server. And once again, I would like to extend a gratitude and thank you to you guys for enjoying my content. And I more than likely want to say, well, I more than willingly want to say thank you to you guys, because I know there is a lot of people that you could be watching for the HGM series, but if you're watching mine actively, or just watching this episode, I want to say thank you, and it's honoring. But anyways, what I'm going to do quickly is going to restart the recording real quick, do a little clip, because when I record off of the home screen, DxStory likes to keep it on an average frame rate, so I'm getting about 30 frames, because that's how much the home page gets. So I'll be back in just a second. And just like that, in literally 3 seconds time, we have jumped up to about 350 frames, so it's relatively decent. But anyways, if you guys didn't watch the last episode of How to Minecraft, we unlocked this little beauty right over here. /nuke, which I had notified the guys that I purchased said thing. And this, of course, it was banter. It was purely banter. Do not plan on using it until things get a little hot and steamy, which should be relatively soon. But we did, all the guys were like, wait, how the hell did you get /nuke already? And I'm like, well, to be truthful with you, 100k actually isn't that hard to make. It's a little painful going through the mines for so long, but it's not that hard of a task. So we thought bumping it up to 25k per use, again, for banter purposes, would kind of justify its little means, because everybody else was thinking, like, well, you're not going to get /nuke until episode 50, but, depending on how you play the game, that's only like 4 or 5 hours in the mines in total, so, I mean, it's not really the worst thing in the world to try and go get. So, like I said, that's our little deal right there, and we are going to take on this dungeon, which appears to, once again, only be skeletons, which is very strange, because the last time... Oh, we actually don't have absorption from our boots on. Ooh, I'm gonna have to, Now, see, I actually don't know. We have pants on right now that might be taking a bit of damage. Now, that doesn't take damage here. Let's put on and get our absorption back as soon as... Come on, get our shield. Where's shield? Come on. There we go. Wait for it. There we go. Perfect. But, I don't even know what I was saying, man. But anyways, we're going back into the dungeon because we didn't actually do that last episode because it did go on for quite a while, and I was just focused on Well, honestly, getting the /nuke command didn't really prioritize doing a dungeon. And, you know, missing out on 1 or 2 a day, it's not really the worst thing in the world, since these things are... They're fairly easy, actually, if you get, like, really buff armor. And I have a feeling that in late game, in fact, once everybody kind of gets settled into some really OP gear, which I think more than everyone is right now, dungeons will probably get buffed again, because if you guys remember, there didn't used to be like these special abilities and stuff inside of the dungeons, but that got added later on after everything was proven to be way too easy. So I would assume that sometime in the future... Oh, we are actually nearly going to die. Hoop! Need to give a little evasive. We're actually not even regenerating any hearts. Jesus. You have freaking demon speed, dude. You need to chill out. We actually brought him down to 1 health. Oh, yep, that would have killed us. That would have pretty much instantly ripped our faces in half. I have a feeling, though, that dungeons are probably going to be buffed sometime in the future. And by future, I mean probably not too far from now, because I have a feeling dungeons really should not be this easy. But let's go ahead and see what kind of loot we got from here. I sacrificed not doing a dungeon earlier today so I could get this. This better be some OP stuff to make up for that. Like, we got 2 axes. Okay, first axe. Second axe. It's just absurd. It's just absurd. Absolutely absurd. The first helmet. God awful. God awful. Second helmet. Not good at all. Not good at all. And the boots, holy crap. The worst, that is arguably the worst dungeon loot I have ever seen. Let's see. Projectile Protection 3, Unbreaking and Blast Protection, Pro 3 and Cyborg 2, Sharpness 3, Smite 1, Fire Aspect, Sharpness. This is the best thing we got. And that is horrid, especially for the fact that it is iron armor. Oh my lord, oh my days, oh my Jesus, oh my anything else to describe that. The worst possible dungeon experience in my life. But anyways, I had a little bit of a thought, and I'm recording this actually the day before it's going to be posted because I wanted to take a little bit of time to... Holy frick, I actually forgot there's these guys in here. Scared the crap out of me. I was like, what am I getting attacked by? God, you can hear my voice going out right now. But anyways, as you can probably tell by the title, and by anything else, I'm recording this a day early than usual. I could do /home, and I'm going to. I'm recording this a day early, and to be fair, I want to actually start getting into some pranking business around the server. And I have been talking with a couple other people, one in particular who will yet to be named, about doing some future pranking endeavors co-op. But I thought my first prank on the server should be one that's, you know, done solo, to say the least. What we're actually going to do here is we're going to clear up a bit of our inventory, stack up. Jesus, what can we get rid of? Gunpowder we don't need for right now. We can just go ahead. We really need to fix this. In fact, we really need to get some more leaves. In fact, you know what? Let's just tidy up the area around here before we do it. You know, before we do anything, you know, too hasty or anything like that, let's just tidy around the area. We'll place a sapling down here, and we'll get rid of this tree for the time being. Just to kind of get some leaves and redo this area, because I cannot stand seeing broken down villages. You know, it's funny. I know Rob actually came by my area and was like, damn, using gold to keep your cows in? That's sexy. And I'm like, no, that's poor. Like, I know gold would usually be a sign of wealth. Not in this scenario. In fact, we can actually sell all this gold for relatively plentiful amounts. In fact, let's just go ahead and place down leaves one at a time here. Oh, we actually... See, those cows are like, oh, a way out. See, he tried. He saw there was a way out, a newly accessed area, and was like, get me out of here, please. It's horrible in here. They're going to cook me up and eat me alive. It's going to be bad for them. Cows are not going to enjoy their time here whatsoever. I have yet to decide what I want to do for the prank, which is why I'll be cutting in this episode. There will be a couple little cuts here and there. I've yet to decide what I want to do for the prank and who I want to prank. So there will be a little bit of time where I'm going to need to cut and think about, you know, what I'm about to embark on and who exactly I want. Ah, Jesus! Jesus, I'm sorry. Ah! Who I want my targets to be. Because I feel like right now we're at a time in the server where, you know, pranking is not necessarily something that can be easily done. But I'm sure we could figure out maybe something. In fact, we could always pull a very, you know, our Tyler prank again. Pouring out a lot of jungle trees around the area. Because I think we've got quite a bit of bones and bone meal for that sort of thing. You know, say, hey, welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. But, holy crap, I actually forgot that that berserk was a thing in there. I should have been using that a while ago. We're going to need a lot of that for right now. Yes, indeed we are. Which actually, that might not be a bad idea for a prank. But I guess that would really depend on who we want to prank. Because I know Preston lives inside of a cave, I think. I'm pretty sure he lives inside of a cave. Rob lives on that little hillside. That little, I guess not hillside. What would you call? A little island, I suppose? Who else? Where does anybody live? Tyler lives off Spawn House. Jerome lives off Marome Island in an area that is, how should I say? I guess kind of a jungle. Kenny lives in a forest, wannabe jungle. And I know, what other areas? I don't know if Mitch has a home yet. I don't know if he's uploaded his episode 2 by the time that I'm actually posting this. And I do want to check here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, hold on. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks off. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. The water's actually still there, so I shouldn't be surprised if that's how that works. We're gonna need a bit more sand. We actually had a shovel in our inventory this whole time. Jesus, why did none of you guys tell me? Like, come on. I'm not streaming this or anything, but I expect you to tell me these sorts of things later on. And I really do need to get my excavation skill up, because I do know for a fact that you can get diamonds from excavation once you get to a pretty high level. And I actually, MC top excavation. The highest is Matt with 80. That's actually, wow, okay, we are low on that. I do want to see a few things. Right now, we are MC top level 5. Kenny is still up top, beating us by about 100, and most people. There is actually a very clear demeanor. It's gradual, and then not so gradual. I know the guys have a lot of catching up to do, so they need to get their asses on that for sure. But I actually want to check a few things right here. I need to fix that one block before it drives me crazy. And that's going to drive me crazy as well. Okay. One block right here. And one block right here. Perfect. And then I guess we'll need a little bit of dirt here, which I think we actually threw out some dirt. So we'll need to go and grab some dirt. But MC top, I want to see swords. We are number 3 in sword at 180, which isn't too bad. Mining is one I really want to see. We have to be number... Oh, no, Kenny is actually ahead of us in mining. That doesn't surprise me, because I know Kenny has been huge in the economy game as well. I think Kenny and I are kind of top dogs when it comes to the economy on the server, at least at the moment. That could very easily change. But, and it definitely will, I think. But I would like to keep the economy game up for myself, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things that people will specialize in the server. Obviously, not one person will, you know, reign supreme over, you know, every single area. There will obviously be, you know, certain aspects that people excel in. There's a spider here. Hello, spitter. Let's actually grab a hoe. Is there a hoe in this chest right here? There is a stone hoe. Beautiful. And I think economy is one thing that we'll want to specialize in, because I think economy is going to be a huge thing in late game, especially when I would assume the market will get expanded into some cooler stuff once people start owning shops at spawn, which I'm very, very much looking forward to. But anyways, let's go ahead and just farm up a little bit here, farm up the wheat we've got going on, feed up some cows, and then we'll get into the whole pranking business and find out what we want to do. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of expansion in the server. Right now, we are one of the top guys just because we invest a lot of time into it. I know the majority of the pack doesn't upload this daily. I think the only actual member that uploads this daily at the moment is Vic, and I think Lachlan does some pretty frequent on this as well. it's funny to think that, like, all the guys outside of the pack actually record the most on here, which makes sense because the majority of us don't have as many recordings to do during the day, even though I fancy myself with quite a frequent amount of videos, despite the fact that I've been sick for a little while, so that's my excuse. But anyways, I think it's kind of cool just because I'll be interested to see what all of us are going to wind up excelling in the future, because there is a lot of room. And I would really not like to be opposed to being the guy who excels in PvP. And what I mean by that is causing a lot of chaos, because I was a very passive guy back in HTM Season 1. As for Season 2, you know, I never really did have any salt storms hit my channel. There were a lot of times when people got a lot of salt for some, you know, less than desirable acts going on. And I would not be opposed to being one of those people in the future. But anyways, I do quickly want to go ahead and take care of one thing that has not been done in quite a long while. Back in Season 1, for anyone that watched, for those that, this happened a little bit later, but if you watched my episode 1, I kept an egg in a chest in a temporary home that I never really did anything with for the first episode. And I ventured him and I found him like 20 episodes later or something, and I kept him back and I named him Roger, framed him up in my house, and kept him as my own, basically. And he was kind of like my light to my light bulb, or my power to my light bulb, as you could say, for any SpongeBob referencers out there. With that, I must say, Roger is returning. I want to kind of name him Roger the Second, but I feel like he's just Roger. You know what I mean? He's just Roger. Like Bob Jr. the Third, he's not some other type of thing. He is alive. So therefore, I have to keep the name. We got Roger back in the first episode of HTM. We never did anything with it. This egg we found in episode 1, right at spawn, accidentally. We picked him up right at spawn as we were leaving within the first few minutes of the series, and it was just the best thing in the world having him there. And he is going to be here throughout the remainder of this series in this one little item frame right here, right at home. Welcome home, Roger. You've been missed, and you are here forever now. Obviously, if I turn something, you're not going to open a giant gate or anything, since there's not going to be a lot of room for redstone in this build. At least in the tree homes, I will say. But, Roger, I have missed you so dearly. And you will never crack open that egg, since, well, you never did in SpongeBob until the end. And it is not the end quite yet. But anyways, now that we're done with our whole family reunion and a little introduction to the episode, I suppose, I'm going to do a little bit of off-camera thinking. Try and figure out who we're going to prank, and with what we're going to prank. And I guess I'll catch you guys back once we have a little idea of some ruckus that we want to storm up. So I'll see you guys in just a little while. Take care. I'll catch you then. Oh, that one guy's gonna be horny on his own now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Find some lovin', okay? Find some lovin'. Is there any cap? Tough stuff, dude. I'm sorry. I'll take another memo out of my book of overly used phrases during this series to say once again, this sky just looks absolutely freaking... I can't get over how beautiful this texture pack makes everything look. That's more gorgeous than freaking real life skies. Like, come on. Pixels look better than real... Well, actually, that's not true, but you get my point. Anyways, so we're out here. And again, I must apologize for my voice. It's been a little while, and my voice is actually doing a lot worse. Strangely, because I haven't been talking. I guess maybe that's why. I really actually have no idea. So right now we're kind of just going a little bit of ways out of spawn, just because I know this is kind of near, whatchamacallit, Log's place, or Tyler's place, and I wouldn't really want to destroy anything of Tyler's, or any surrounding area, because I know I would hate if someone, like, chopped down trees near my area or anything like that. Anything in that regard, I would hate. But anyways, you guys can probably tell from our inventory of what we're going to be doing. And it's not necessarily a new prank. It's just something that I haven't done in the past. I have done much larger scale pranks of this version before on Tyler. For those who remember, Tyler and I got into... actually, let's turn my Minecraft sounds down a little bit. Tyler and I got into a ruckus in HTM Season 1. Prank war, you could call it. In fact, it actually was a prank war. which is really freaking fun. Tyler got some really bad salt, though, which kind of upset me. But, yeah, it's enough grass for right now. I'll actually get rid of this little area just to make it look a bit neater. But, I pulled a much larger scale version of this on Tyler, and it took him, I think, Jesus, what, like 3.5 hours? It was either 3.5 hours or 6 hours to completely replicate. And that right now is not a very feasible thing. So we're going to be pulling a much lesser degree version on a friend of ours by the name of Jerome. The reason for it is I wanted to, obviously, it's a bit early in the series, and I've yet to really get a feel too much for the server and the community side of things. To be honest with you, I need to start doing a lot more cooperative episodes, because the majority of mine, in fact, nearly all of mine, have been solo content. To which I do say to my viewers, thank you guys so much, because obviously if you're watching these, you enjoy myself purely, and that is very flattering to me. I don't know what exactly my commentary, or what parts of my commentary you guys enjoy. Could be my very sarcastic and dry humor. It could be the fact that I'm sick and you want someone to relate to, like a big brother or a little brother or a cousin, or I really don't know what kind of role model you want to perceive me as. But anyways, it's flattering nonetheless, so I love you guys and I thank you very much. But anyways, I was thinking of someone to do this to, because we do own a jungle, and it has been talked about that Jerome does kind of have, how should I say, you know, he's a baka in the trees, a baka in the forest, and some people... Okay, dude, what? Okay, hold on. Before we go with this prank, I actually... Okay, you have a leak, sir? You have some kind of leak? Is this even faster than climbing up the water going up this? I actually don't even know. I feel like we would have gotten up the same... Okay, seriously, Jerome, I think something is leaking. I think your toilet may have burst. I hate to burst your bubble, but, okay, what is... He has a sky base of some sort. Is this his preferred way of transportation? Because, I mean, I'm not going to blame him for it. I mean, it works, it does, but, is this like an outpost or something? I guess an outpost would be someplace away from here, by technicality. Jerome, I'm not going to question him. I mean, he's on 10 episodes. He's fairly well into the server at the moment. Big guy, you, what you doing up here with this water? What are you, oh, I guess he's actually cooking iron. I'm helping him at the moment. I'm actually helping him. Is this, what is this? Why is this up here? I'm actually pretty genuinely confused. But, I think we'll go ahead and start off the little prank with, a little thing right here. So our prank is very simply going to be planting a mass amount of jungle trees around his area. Why? Because, hey, he lives in a baka forest. It's what you gotta do if you're a bak. I mean, I don't know many things about being a bak, but I would assume that that's probably one of them. Can we plant a tree inside of his house if we... No, we can't. I need to not waste... Did I seriously do berserk with that? Jesus Christ. Okay, I need to remember that you can't place saplings like that. There's surrounding items, and that was a lot of them. We're actually going to be able to fall here without taking much damage. And why do our boots keep losing our absorption? Jesus. I think I might have just taken random damage and not actually refreshed the absorption. But anyways, I don't know if I want to surround his area necessarily in trees. Like, surrounding it, like, on the outside. Because I think I just want to do it on the interior for the most part. Here, let's just go ahead and combine that into 64 saplings. Okay, so this'll... Tyler's prank, for those that actually remember it, I placed... Oh my god, resource prepping on that was horrid. It was... What was it? 4 stacks of jungle saplings. At the moment, we have a stack of jungle saplings. And by the way, I will throw out this little disclaimer here. Pranks are all for banter. Pranks are all for banter. This is in no way personal or any shape or form. I don't, you know, I don't have a vendetta against Jerome or something all of a sudden now. It's nothing like that. Absolutely nothing like that. So don't worry, I'm not doing this to be, you know, a dick or anything. But I was actually just about to break that grass to place dirt down. Oh, I love myself. You know that? I love myself. And we do have a very fair amount of bones and bone meal, which should really help this continue to go along for a while. In fact, yeah, we've got nearly 2 stacks of bones. We should have enough to place down all 4 stacks. But Tyler's prank, as I was saying, was a lot more elaborate and a lot more of a pain in the ass because Tyler did some very personal things to me. Not in that way, sorry. But he did a lot of things to, like, Sora and stuff like that, which was my pets. One of my closest pets on H2M. He stole her. He stole her from me. And so I made him clean up, without MCMO tree feller or anything, 64 giant jungle trees around his home, which, yes, was monstrous and very, very gruesome. And I do, to this day, still regret the time that he could have spent doing a lot of other things during that, but it was all for banter, and, you know, obviously there was a lot of salt thrown his way, and he had a lot of salt toward me, but in real life, obviously, you know, pranks, they're just a joke thing. If anybody has any actual problems with pranks, they'll obviously be like, hey, you know, that was too far, don't do that. But the majority of us just take pranks as like a gentle thing. And hey, you know what? The cool thing about pranks too, it's content, you know? I think a lot of and just a real talk thing, is when you record an SMP series like this, and I'm rambling right now, but hey, you guys love me for my rambling. You watched me, you gotta deal with it. When you record an SMP series, you always want to moderate what you do, so you have a lot of room to create content. So you have a lot of room to create, you know, to make different things. Because when you log onto the server, you always want, one of the things that you think of the most is, what am I going to record today? You know, what am I going to do today? You know, do I have something to record? Do I have something to do on this server? Because obviously, it does get to a point here and there where you're kind of stuck and you're like, what exactly do I do now? Like, you know, what do I do? Pranks give a very open door to, you know, free content, basically, for the other person. Cheap, easy, reliable MMR, as some of us would say. But, yeah, like, I remember the prank war that Tyler and I did made for a good, easy, like, 5 episodes. Some people might call it lazy content. Yeah, it is. Yeah, who the hell cares? That made for, like, a good 5, 6+ episodes. You know, that wasn't really a lot of effort on my... Which it still was, but, you know... It's not necessarily that you don't have to do anything, like it's a no-effort thing. It's basically like, here's a thing for you to do. It's like a new Minecraft update, in a way. It's like, you know, here's something that you can do this episode. And everybody's like, yeah, you know, that's awesome. So I'm sure Jerome, while giving him, you know, a little bit of an annoyance having to chop down all these trees, maybe he'll keep it. Maybe he might like it, for all I know. We're going to actually have to break these and replace these 2 leaves. Yes, indeed we are. Make that actually look good, since it grew in there for some strange reason. You know, maybe he might like it. I know there was actually a little back end with Tyler's prank that I pranked on him with. He wound up chopping the whole thing down. That wasn't growing for some strange reason, and now it decided to... Okay. A little bit weird how that tree grew. He actually wound up not liking it. He didn't really like the forest surrounding it. But a lot of people were like, hey, that looks really good. You know, like, they really enjoyed it. They were like, hey, that makes your place look pretty snazzy. You know, being surrounded not always in, like, a giant area of dirt or whatever. So for all I know, this could have a very... Because it's not like, you know, I'm placing a bunch of TNT around his place. Or a bunch of, like, annoying obsidian. It's decorating in a sense. It's banter, it is. But, you know, hey, Jerome might wind up liking it, might wind up keeping it. Or else, if he doesn't, then he'll have an episode of, you know, chopping down trees with his Baka axe. Can we actually try... Oh, dang. What if we do this? If we do that, place the tree down, there we go, and then destroy the dirt from there. Oh, no, that fudged things up. Why is that water not flowing? Why is that water not flow? Okay, that actually disturbs me, how that doesn't work. That sand is gone forever, by the way. Wait, hold on. If I... Wait, the sand came back here. The fudge? If I place this dirt down here, will that flow? No, it's not flowing. That water's actually not there. I don't know why that's not spilling over. That's kind of scaring me, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Pranks are a fun thing to do. And I love you, Jerome. You know I do. I've known him longer than anyone else in this online business thing, so... Online business, online charade, whatever it may be. Not charade. It's not a charade, but, yeah, I don't know. It's always fun. I think we're actually to the point where we can almost stop. I don't think I'll want to use all of the saplings. In fact, actually, you know what? I might as well use what I've got, but I probably want to keep a little bit of bones and bone meal to myself, since I did actually take out all the bones that I have to my name. So, we are kind of blessing Jerome with quite a bit of jungle saplings as well, which is still a pretty good thing. I mean, right now, we started out with nearly 3 stacks of bones, and we're down to 1 stack. In fact, 3 stacks of bones looks like exactly the amount you'd need to place up all these jungle trees in here. In fact, we're actually going to have to, whatchamacallit, create... Oh, I'm sorry for that sniff. That probably sounded disgusting. We're probably going to need to create some signs, too, letting us know, or letting him know that we actually did this. And this is not going to be able to be grown for some reason here. What about here? Come on. I am dead. Oh, my freaking god. Yeah, we are now down to less than a stack of bones. And this is not going to grow, is it? That's not going to grow. Nope. Something is preventing that from growing. Pretty sure it's the torch, or the blocks around it. I think this is almost good enough. We could actually, you know what, banter purposes, I'm gonna do 1 on top of his home. Just to be that guy. Just to be that guy. Because I remember Tyler, I did 1 literally through his house. Through his house. So Jerome should get the, just as well. We could actually do 1 through the chicken farm, too. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do 1. Oh, we don't want any chickens to actually fall down there. There we go. Plant sapling, and will that actually grow? Oh, no, chicken! Oh, shoot, I killed a couple... Well, condolences to you, Jerome. You know, I think, actually, I'm going to pay him a little bit of a royalty. For having to go through this, whether or not he likes it, I'm going to give him a little bit of a gift. We'll lay down the little area right here. I'm thinking, right at his home. Actually, where would be a good place? Because I think we're done with the prank. I think we can leave the rest of the saplings to my place. Actually, 1 more. 1 more just to say we did it. 1 more just to say we did 1 more. Okay, where would be a good place to actually lay down the notification that we just did this? I'm thinking maybe... I'm thinking inside of his home will probably be the most noticeable place for him to actually see it. Because I know through there it's quite noisy. So let's create a little thing right here. Is this 3 wide? This is 3 wide right here. There we go. And we can place some torches along there, and maybe some jungle leaves underneath for a little bit of decoration. There we go, beautiful. And let's take, does he have a crafting table? He does indeed. Let's do a sign right here, a little stick, and some signs. This will create 3 signs, just enough, perfect amount actually, to create the little notification. Alright. Now to make a clever little thing here. Let's see, what is the clever thing going to entail? Well, you do know what they say about mythical... about bakas in the wild. They do love their baka... What is it? Baka trees? Baka trees? They do love their baka trees. I feel like it's not catchy enough. Usually I can come up with something catchy on the spot, but my brain right now, 1:23 a.m., is not really going through with it. Maybe it's all the congestion in my head. They do love their, I feel like I use the word baka too much. They do love... Oh, I can't do that. Their trees. Better... Dang it. Better get that chopping to work. With love, as always, your neighborhood slime, PD Hut Jr. With love, as always, your neighborhood slime, PD Hut Jr. All right, that's good enough. That's good enough. And then I think what we're gonna do is just to say hello to Jerome and just to, you know, kind of be nice, because at the moment right now, let's see, actually, Bow Top. What does Jerome have at the moment? Bow Top to... Jerome has literally $5 to his name. Jerome has $5 to his name, which is kind of upsetting for a guy that's been doing this for 10 episodes. I think he bought a command, actually. Here, I might have done something else. So we're going to do withdraw. That's a command right there, right? You will create a money note with the equivalent number of dollars. You can contain the words, keywords, million, billion, trillion for withdrawals. Trillion. Okay, that is fantastic. Thank you, Vac, for when we get really far into the game. I want to do withdraw 5,000. We're going to create a money note for $5,000. Actually, we're going to leave this on the ground for just a second. And we're going to take... We got some sticks here as well, which we're actually going to need. If I can pick those up. There you go, 3 sticks. We'll do... That's 11 right there, and we're going to need... Oh, Jesus. This many sticks. And we're going to have 2 banknotes. Or 2 little item frames right here. I guess I spoiled it. We're going to have 2 item frames, 1 in each corner. And the banknote we'll have right there. Money note. And we're going to withdraw another $5,000. And that right there is $10,000 to our dearest friend Jerome. As well as a little friendly neighborhood prank. Which I feel like this is... See, I'm one of those guys that when I prank, unless I'm out for blood, and even when I'm out for blood, I still kind of like doing it in, I guess, a very friendly way. And at the moment, our balance is still $9,200, which is a little bit lower than what we had before. But, you know, might as well help a guy out, especially when he's easing into the series. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of How To Minecraft. If you did, be sure to show some support. Definitely check out Jerome. He's been doing this series for a little while, and he gets relatively... a decent fair amount of views more than myself, but I assume there's still quite a few of you that don't watch him that might watch my series. Would highly recommend that you do, and would definitely check out his response whenever he posts this up, which should be within the coming days. Might actually be the day that I upload this. We'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't be a snitch, please. He'll find out on his own. I love you guys. Take care, and I guess with the rain, you know, it's bright out, it's beautiful, so I think the H2M gods are sending down showers of love on me right now, since I did do a pretty warm favor. But anyways, I love you guys, take care, hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you back next time. Ciao! Subscribe to Jerome, he's a sexy beast. Damn!